Have you ever looked at a massive skyscraper or even a new app on your phone and just wondered, how did they pull that off? What really makes a project succeed? Well, it turns out it's not just about having a great plan. It's about having a powerful system behind that plan. It's something we think about all the time at Alpha Constructions, and today we're going to lay out the blueprint for that very system.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We've all seen it. A project has a brilliant idea, a detailed plan, and then it just fizzles out. Meanwhile, another project seems to navigate every single obstacle and delivers amazing results. So what's the difference? Well, the answer usually isn't about the plan. It's about the system. And that right there is the key. See, a plan is just a map. It shows you where you want to go. But a system? A system is the entire vehicle. It's the engine, the people in the car, the rules of the road, and even the weather you're driving through. The most successful projects get that they're part of this bigger machine, a machine designed to do one thing and one thing only: deliver value. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the big idea, going from a vision to real value. Then we'll get into the rules of the game. After that, we'll meet the players on the team. And finally, we'll check out the environment where all the action happens.
All right, first up, from vision to value. This is the starting line. You have to remember, a project isn't just some random list of things to do. No, it's the specific tool an organization uses to take its biggest, most important goals and make them real.
So what do we even mean when we say value? It's actually pretty simple. It means creating a good, positive result for the people who matter, your stakeholders. So it's not just about building a bridge, it's about connecting two communities. It's not just about finishing on time, it's about creating something that genuinely helps someone. That's the real goal.
And this flow of value is really a two-way street. Think about it like this. Senior leadership sets the strategy, the big why. That vision flows down to the project team. But, and this is important, it doesn't stop there. As the team gets to work, information on how things are going, the performance, flows back up. It's this constant feedback loop that makes sure everyone stays aligned and that the project is actually delivering what it's supposed to.
Okay, so to make sure all that value gets delivered, every project needs a rulebook. We call this governance. And before you tune out, this is not about creating a bunch of bureaucratic red tape. Think of it more like the official rules of the game that keep everything moving forward smoothly and fairly for everyone.
And this quote from the Standard for Project Management just nails it. A good governance system isn't there to get in your way. It's there to help, to enable those smooth workflows. It's like the guardrails on a highway. They're not there to slow you down. They're there to make sure you can get to your destination fast, but also in one piece. So what does this rulebook actually do? Well, three main things. First, it makes sure the project is perfectly aligned with the company's bigger goals. Second, it helps create those smooth workflows we just talked about. And third, and this one is critical, it defines authority. In other words, who gets to make the big calls? For us at Alpha Constructions, this is kind of like the city's building codes and permit office. They make sure our project fits the city plan, is safe, and that everybody knows exactly who needs to sign off on the final blueprints. All right, we've got our destination, value, and we've got our rulebook. Now let's talk about the most important part, the people. A project is absolutely nothing without a solid, coordinated team where every single person knows their role.
You can basically split the team into two crews. First, you have the direction and oversight crew. These are your project sponsors, your clients, your senior leaders. They're the ones who keep an eye on the big picture. They make sure the rules are followed, provide the resources and direction, and just generally make sure the project is still making good business sense.
And then you've got the execution and expertise crew. This is your project manager and the team on the ground doing the actual work. They're the engineers, the coders, the builders. They bring their expert skills to the table and are responsible for the day-to-day progress. You absolutely need both of these crews working in sync to get anything done.
Now, inside that team, there's a really important difference to understand: management versus leadership. Management is all about the process. It's the planning, the scheduling, the measuring. It's about getting the system right. Leadership, on the other hand, is all about the people. It's about motivating them, influencing them, and enabling them to do their best work. And you need both. You can't have one without the other. Great management with no leadership is just a well-organized team going through the motions. And great leadership with no management, that's just an inspired team running around in circles.
Okay, for our final section, let's talk about where your project actually lives, its environment. Because no project happens in a bubble, right? Think of the environment as the job site. It has its own unique conditions, its own challenges, and its own opportunities that you just have to deal with.
And this environment is really two-sided. You've got the internal environment, that's everything inside your company. It's your culture, your technology, the lessons you've learned from past jobs. For us, that's our safety-first culture and the specific tools we use. Then there's the external environment. This is all the stuff you can't control, the weather, the market, new government regulations, you name it. A truly great project team is always aware of both and knows how to adapt on the fly.
So now that you can see this whole system, the flow of value, the rules of the game, the team, and the environment, I want you to think about your own projects for a second. Where is your biggest opportunity hiding in that system? And maybe more importantly, where's your greatest risk? Because honestly, just seeing the whole system is the first step to mastering it.
And that is the blueprint for a system that delivers real value. When you build this system right, your projects won't just get finished, they'll truly succeed. Thanks for watching.